At last. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Underneath the bridge, top has sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the ceiling. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way, something in the way, yeah. Something in the way. Something in the way, yeah. Something in the way. Something in the way, yeah.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
This is the so-called pyramid with the shining eye. Here you have one artifact from the same place showing how to hold the pyramid. You see here the two eyes. You see the right hand. On the right hand the pyramid, and on top of the pyramid the left hand. On the next stone you see a man sitting on a stone holding the pyramid, having something flat like a helmet on his head, with a kind like antenna going up to this object. From his eyes rays are going out, and here you can see two both men or people.
As you can see, gangstalking existed long before television, before radio, dating back to the 6th century. The technology has existed for ages, and there are two main theories that explore how it has resurfaced in the 18th century. The fallen ones and the lost civilization hypothesis. This idea suggests that a highly advanced culture existed before recorded history, and that fragment of its knowledge survived through mystery schools, secret societies, or lineage of pre-scientists. If that's true, then only a tiny handful of groups might still possess that knowledge, maybe a dozen or fewer, operating under layers of secrecy. Think of esoteric orders, hidden family, Freemasonry, guarding relics or principles that appear magical to us today, or were once technological. Take a look at the Olmecs. The Olmec heads weren't just status. They were nodes in the geometric grid, and we are going to get into what nodes are and how they are being used today. But their helmets weren't decorative. It was linked to status and possibly neural sensitivity, suggesting that these weren't just depiction of rulers, but of individuals trained to interface with altered states. Some heads were buried face down, not as defeat but to ground their charge, completing circuits in a ritual landscape few today can decipher. The Olmec didn't just build culture, they encoded the land, and what they left wasn't art, it was infrastructure. In my view, infrastructure is confinement. When you are truly free, the world itself becomes your infrastructure. Limitless, alive, unowned. Why would man feel the need to build cities if not to control others? That's why God favored Abel over Cain. Abel's heart was guided by faith, while Cain's were driven by pride and fear. And when Cain was cast out, what did he do? He built cities. His punishment became his legacy, a world filled with fear, walls, systems, rules, regulation, silent chains. The Olmecs once built their world upon nodes, points of power that held their infrastructure together. In today's framework of gangstalking, that same principle has been reborn in darker forms. A web of coordinated surveillance and psychological control. The nodes are the connective tissue of this network, the living and digital intermediaries through which the systems breed. Becomes a hybrid mind system. They are neither the masterminds nor the target, but the carriers of the signal itself. Imagine the gangstalking operation as a vast distributed network, like the internet. No single person controls it, yet it controls every person and operates itself with perfection, coordination. A node is any given point of interaction in that network. A person, a camera, a car, a device, an animal, or even a social pattern. Each node doesn't know the full plan. It only passes along signals, data, or behaviors. But collectively, the nodes form something intelligent, something capable of iteration, refining itself as it learns through countless micro interactions. Remember in the Matrix when Neo was talking with the architect? And the architect showed Neo the potential reactions of the current Neo to the architect choices. It illustrated a predictive model, a emotionally driven iteration cycle. The principalities we face is prediction or predictive. This same cycle is what's being used in gangstalking. We encounter what is called iterations. A iteration is a process of repeating a set of instructions or actions to achieve a goal, often with improvements made at each repetition. It involves doing something, evaluating your results, and then doing it again based on what was learned until you get the desired outcome. In this hybrid system, people have become mere nodes, unaware participants guided by an artificial intelligence, an adaptive algorithmic machine that learns and evolves through them. Coordinated actions, a seamless effort between observers, informants, and covert networks, all refining the machinery of psychological control. Each repeated act, the same card, the same cough, the same word in a stranger's sentence, is a calculated feedback loop built from human observation and adaptation. It's not random, it's crafted. It can run manually by people who understand patterns and perception, and it can run automatically using subliminal messages. The people who seem to be stalking you may not even know they're being a part of the loop. They're activated by data patterns, psychological triggers, or predictive algorithms that turn ordinary interaction into orchestrations. In this human-driven model, the iteration is personal. It learns you. It studies your reaction, your fears, your attention. Each round gets tighter, more specific until it feels they're mapped the inside of your thoughts. You think that technology with such immense power would be under strict oversight, but the truth is, it's anything but contained. This system is easily accessible, and even those who built it, who re-engineered it, can no longer control it. It has grown beyond their reach. You will see in the Matrix, Neo he had to work with the AI they called Deus Ex Machina. He had to work with the old AI because Mr. Smith has gotten too strong. He taken over the Matrix. So even the creator, the AI God, needed Neo help because the program has gotten too out of hand. Gangstalking isn't just an operation, it's society itself. It has merged with society, with the people. And the only way to end it is to dismantle the very system that sustains it. What isn't talked about is you got human nodes walking around unaware that they are programs. It's one thing to know you are a project or a part of a system, but the problem lies in the subconscious, behind awareness. Human nodes, they can be your neighbors, co-workers, strangers in public. Anyone who subtly behaves in ways that seem synchronized or symbolically loaded. In this view, many of them are conscious agents. They're activated by triggers, social engineering, psychological conditioning, or even AI-driven suggestion. Some people merely can be walking advertisements. Essentially, it's AI attacking you through humans. Imagine being attacked by a digital computer that's living vicariously through people, like a man or mom that will live through their children. The human node's role is to ping a signal, a gesture, a phrase, a glance, and to feed back the target's reaction into the network. Every smile, every repetition of a word, every strange coincidence becomes data. The function of nodes and iteration are how the system learns. If people wasn't a part of the system, there would not be any benefits such as government assistance, free housing. People are getting something, incentive, rewards, right? The machine human network sends out a pattern. The nodes act it out. Your response return as feedback. The system adjusts. New iteration begins. Over time, the network fine-tunes its behavior like a hive mind, collaborating itself through its own echo. Think of each node as a neuron in a global brain, and iteration as its thought process. So it's like you are literally playing chess with artificial intelligence. You make a move, it makes a move, but it's getting smarter, faster, right? And it's just using people, which really is demonic technologies. Most people are really demonically possessed because you're being controlled by something that doesn't have a heart, it doesn't have a soul, it doesn't have any empathy, nothing whatsoever. It is purely demonic and satanic. So you got behavioral iteration and psychological programming. Gangstalking as a form is behavioral engineering. Iterations conducted are trial and error conditioning. Repeated micro events designed to shape the target perception and behavior. For example, if ignoring one form of harassment doesn't stop it, the method iterates a new, slightly altered pattern, appears, maintains unpredictability, while deepening the sense of omnipresence. We are living in sci-fi. Sci-fi isn't science fiction, it's real life. Next, you got technological iterations such as evolving technology, AI, facial recognition, or data-driven psychological profiling. The idea is that each iteration of the system learns more about the individual, refining how it manipulates or observes them. In this view, the target becomes part of a live experiment where algorithmic constantly updates itself based on their reaction. Next, you got symbolism iterations, such as reoccurring symbols, colors, or numbers. I get this a lot. Repeated numbers, 333, 444, 777, red cards, specific phrases, or repeated time patterns. These are all seen as iterations of coded communication. Messages that repeat with small variations to reinforce the perception of control or surveillance. Lastly, you got metaphysical or existential iteration. Iteration becomes a loop of reality itself, as if the target is trapped in an ever-repeating simulation that tests moral, spirituality, or psychological endurance. Each iteration represents another round in an unseen experiment, a cycle of awakening or manipulation. Now, what does this all have to do with you? You are an anomaly in the system. Anomaly by default is something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected. After everything was talked about, you can see how you could be a threat in this hybrid system. Now, when we go a lot deeper into the etymology of it, we get the deeper truth as to why you are targeted. So, the etymology of anomaly, I'm just going to take one for example. Inequality. That means there are no equal. You aren't equal to no one. So you are unbalanced. So it's like this. Let's say you are a male TI and you are an anomaly and you're different and there's something about you, right? So let's say, for example, you attract more women than the average person. So you are not equal to everyone. You don't have equal opportunities with people. You are inequality. So the system was created to balance you out or cancel you out. You don't get equal opportunity. Like your opportunities compared to everyone else is not equal. You are not common, or it's not, you might think that inequality means like, with you. No, that means with them. To you, there is no equal. So lack of equality, meaning you have the potential to experience life many can't. It's unfair, right? You get to know of things others isn't privy to. It's not equal with you and other people. There are no equal. You can't be compared, right? You are an anomaly. You wasn't meant to be understood, liked, or controlled. Everything being numbered and mathematic for control is the reason why you're unbalanced. God didn't make a mistake. People who are an anomaly are inherited with gifts and abilities, and people who join the system or decide to be a part of the system view themselves as privileged. But that's a given. The real privileged are inherited. The system is designed to balance or cancel out God's chosen people and enhance their false idols so that you look up to them, because everyone's looking at you to see what you're doing. The system was built for you, because of you. In a sense, it was built by you, because without you, the idea wouldn't have been manifested. Understand, you are more important than you think. You are no one and someone at the same time.
I know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I know they gonna be there.